All right. Did Alan run out? All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is Daf Hey, Sechus Ksubas.
Oh, hey.
Hey, yeah, flying, right?
Hey,
Alan's gone. All right. Is he jumping on or no? Yeah, we'll see. All right. I'll watch for the participants. No, he's usually a latecomer. So we got a big head start on today's daf. So we went yesterday. We were talking about. We said not on Friday night for the Bia Rishona, because the potential is we'll make a chabura. As actually we'll soon see the question or the lumdus and Amud Beis. But the other one was because and what about Motzi Shabbos? So Motzi Shabbos was because make a cheshbon and people make cheshbonos. So now the Gemara says, well, what are you talking about? Cheshbonos shel mitzvah mutter. We brought all these cases and these proofs and these halachas. The cheshbonos for tzarchis tzibur, right? And all those, and for a mitzvah are mutter. So the Gemara answered, Mr. Reb Zera gave a teretz, Shema Yishchad Benov. A person might go ahead and, shecht, towards the end of Shabbos, might not wait till the end of Shabbos and start shechting the meat or the chicken in order for the meal for Motzi Shabbos. So therefore, you can't have the wedding Motzi Shabbos. So we left off probably around a third of the way down. Amar le Abaye. So it says Abaye Elam Biyata. According to this, Yom Kippurim Shechal Yais B'Sheni B'Shabbos. If you have Yom Kippurim, that falls out on a Monday, and therefore, since it falls out on a Monday, that means it starts Sunday night. So Yidchak Zer Shem Yishcha Benov. Well, you got to start preparing. So what if a person start preparing his meal on Yom Kippurim? Saturday night, and he might come good and shech the Yishcha Benov. So Gemara gives two teretzim. Hasam d'nalav shelei tarit. Over there is just for himself. So for himself, he's not so concerned. I need all the minutes I can get, so he's not going to go ahead and shech on Shabbos. And but over here it's for a suda for others. So therefore, for others, he's more nervous. Therefore, he might go ahead and shech the meat while still Shabbos or do malacha in preparation of the suda. Inami or hasam yisla revcha. Over there, he has time, right? He has the entire day, his entire Sunday. However, but over here, he doesn't have enough time. He doesn't have the entire Sunday, and therefore, he won't be able to do it. And Hash does lahachi, and now we come to this teretz. Erev Shabbos nami, even to make a Friday wedding, right? The issue is not even so much, or one issue we mentioned earlier was making a chabura on Friday night, but the other one is now you can say this nami gzeira shem yishcha benov. Right, a person, will come and go. The suda's, Friday afternoon, and it might, lead the shkia, especially in the winter months, and therefore, perhaps the person might go ahead and do malacha on Shabbos for the suda, and therefore we say, no Friday weddings, no Motzi Shabbos weddings. Fine, smack in the middle of the page. Hey, Amud Aleph. Iboy lahu basula nises beravi v'nivelas beravi v'lei chashin lekaridaita. Do we say that a basula, she gets married? We're talking about she gets married on Wednesday, and she has the Bia Rishona also on Wednesday, and we're not concerned that all the time from Wednesday afternoon all the way until the morning that he's gonna, that she'll appease him, and he says, don't go to Beis Din, so on and so forth. Oh, Dilma. Or maybe we say that she's Nise, she gets married on Wednesday, the Nivelas Bechamishi, and then she's Nivelas, at night. Wednesday night, which is Thursday, technically, on Jewish days, right? So now do we afternoon, or do we try and make it as close as possible to the courts, to the next morning? Because we're concerned that perhaps she's going to go ahead and appease him, and and even if he has some concern, he won't go to court the next morning. So Tashma, come and listen. The Tani Bar Kapara.
Especially with Kohanim, right? The Kohen.
Oh, the more of an issue, right? The Kohen, she could be all right. Well, also, right? Even if it's small,
More
right? Oh, you think that?
Yeah. That's not the make the special get for the red special get. They would pull down.
Right.
So Tashma, the Tani Bar Kapara, Basula, Nises, Beravi, the Nivas, Bechamishes. Says Bar Kapara, a Basula gets married on Wednesday, and she's Velas Wednesday night, which is technically Thursday. Since on the fifth day, right, there is the bracha of the fish, right, when they were created. So therefore, we want them to get the bracha. And Almana needs his bechamishi, and Almana, a widow, a woman who is already, she's no longer Basula, she gets married on a Chamishi, right? There is no concern of basin, so therefore let her get married on Thursday, and get Nivelas and the Bir Rishona with her husband will be Thursday night, which is technically Friday. Since it's a bracha liyadam, that was a bracha when man was created. So Tamashim bracha. So it says a couple of reasons because of bracha. However, but it doesn't mention anything about that we should do it, for a basula, Wednesday night because it's closer to Thursday morning. If that's the case, well, if that's the case, if we're concerned about brachas, and so maybe we should have the almana go ahead and do the bia rishayna, let her get married on Wednesday, and therefore Wednesday night we'll have the bia rishayna, the bracha of dagim. So the answer is bracha li'adam adifle. Now the bracha li'adam is better than the bracha of dagim. Vinami or mishum shaktu. Or perhaps there was a concern of the chachamim, a different concern. Not what we had before, a meal for 3 days. However, something else. The Tanya, we're going to rise in Almana Nisis Bechamishi. What's the reason why we say Almana gets married on a Thursday, Vinas Bashishi, and then is Nivelas Thursday night, which is technically Friday. If you say that they got married on Thursday and they had the Bir Rishon Thursday afternoon, Lamachar, the next day, right? He's not up late the night before, so therefore the next morning, Friday morning, Lamachar Mashkin Lamnasa, he's gonna go off to work, and then he's gonna be gone. He's not gonna spend time with his new bride. So therefore, so therefore, since there's no obligation of Sheva Brachos of 7 days, so therefore he might go off to work. So therefore, the Chachamim were makpid for Takanas B'nai Yisrael, she'esameach ima, that even with an almana, he should be with her 3 days, Chamish v'Shabbos on Thursday, Be'er Shabbos and Friday, v'Shabbos and Saturday. So therefore, 3 days he'll spend it with her. And ma'ika bein bracha l'shaktu. So what's the nafkamina? Whether the reason why they get married, why the nivelis is Thursday night, is because of either to get the bracha, right, of Adam, or whether the Chachamim were makbid that he's together with her for 3 days. So you can Adam batel. Right, a person doesn't have a job; he has nowhere to go the next morning, so he'll be there. So it doesn't make a difference. Inami or Yom Tov Shechali is Be'er Shabbos, or if his Yom Tov is on Shabbos, he's not going to go to work the next day because it's Yom Tov. So therefore, he'll be with her 3 days anyway. So therefore, in those cases, will be the nafkamina whether bracha or he's going to be around. And speaking about Kabar Darsh, Kabar Gedalim, Ma'aser Tzadikim Yaisim Ma'asim Shemayim Varis. The greater is the actions, right, of tzaddikim more than the creating of the Shemayim V'Aretz. Dilu Ma'aser Shemayim V'Aretz. See, the pasuk says, I'm sure I'm going to mispronounce many of these psukim. Azi, please forgive me. So it says, Av Yadi Yazda Eretz V'Yamini Tivcha Shemayim Karani. I'm just reading the whole pasuk Yamdu Yachdav. So it says over there. So it says Yadai, right, his hand, right. V'ilu B'Yaseh Yadayim Shel. Was it singular? Right, my hand, right. Which is what I say. I said, okay. Yadi, right, my hand, right, fine. Right, going back to the small print over the top. So it says over there, right, plural. So the Ma'aser Tzadikim, when they're building temples, yadecha. So Heishi Baliacha, so one Bali answers. So the Tzaddik is greater than Ma'aser Shemayim V'Aretz. So he says no. It's a certain Babylonian answer, Rabbi Chia Shimon, if his name. So it says, look at the next pasuk, right? It says the Abeshes Yodov Yotzru, right? So it says it was created. It says Yodov Yotzru. So it says also created with 2 hands, not 1 hand. So it's the same. So it says no. The Yodov Ksiv. It says is written without the vav. It says over there, Yatzaru, right? That it was created, which is plural. So it's referring to the fingers, right? 1 hand, but multiple fingers can receive, right? Right, so it says over there the Maaseh of Etzbo Asecha, right? His fingers, which is plural, so therefore that's referring to the plural was the fingers, but still hand versus hands. So it says over there, Yodov, Maaseh Yodov, the creation of his hands, right? The heavens will go ahead and speak out. So as we say, Maaseh Adem Shel Tzadikim, right? The heavens is really the Maaseh of the Tzadikim. Why be Magid? Who's going to say that? Who's speaking for the heavens? That's our Harakia. Mind you, it's Matar. That's the rain. And the Tefillah of Tzadikim caused the rain to come. So that's what it's referring to. of Maisa. That's referring to of the Maisa of the Tzaddikim because they pray, and therefore the hands, and therefore it's referring to Maisa Tzaddikim. And furthermore, what's the plus mean? It says v'yaseh tielecha al azeinecha. Right, a stake or whatever. Right, you'll have tielecha for your weapons. So I'll take azeinecha elo oznecha for your ears. If a person hears something which is improper, what should he do? Yaniach etzba'ah ba'oznav. Right, he should take the stakes, right, and put them in his ears, right? Put his fingers in his ears, right? Behind the say those. One of the reasons why, right? The fingers are, separated. So my time, what's the reason? What do you mean? Each one. What's the question? Why are why do we not have webbed hands and each finger is separated? Each one has a halachic ramification. Right? So by the zeres, it says by the breastplate of the kohen gadol, right? So that was measured from the end of the pinky to the thumb. And kamitza, the next finger, right, the ring finger as we call it, is the kamitza. That's how they would scoop for the kohanim for the flour. And so Amo, the middle finger was the Amo. They would mention the Amos, the different parts of the Mikdash, or the Mishkan, or the different Kalim, as mentioned by Amos. And the Etzba, also the finger, which is used for different avodas to application of blood. And Zegoida, also by the thumb, is also used, right? By Mitzora. In other cases, the thumb is used. So each finger is used for something else. So what are these asking? Why is each finger, why are they separated? Each one has its own halachic ramifications. Matam, the Shufais, can you say this? Why are they smooth? Right, like a steak, right? Like like something that goes on the ground. If a person hears something which is not proper, ears, lashon, whatever it is, he should put his fingers in his ears and plug up his ears. And Tana the Beir Kola Kasha Racha. What is the reason why the ear is for the most part hard, but the lobe is soft? Right, it's a little more difficult to do. Right, right. Go ahead and flip up. Your ears, your lobes into your ears so you can't hear anything. Right? That was a shtick that I guess some school kids used to do. Right, they can stick their earlobes. I can't do it. Right, they're long enough. Right. So Tanya Rabbanan Al Yishma Adam La'azna Dvarim B'Teilim. A person should not hear idle matters in his ears. Why? Because they burn the easiest. And when the person goes to get him, his ears will begin to burn first from all the bad things, the inappropriate things, the lashon hara that he heard. Fine. Back to we're done with Bar Kapara. Back to Ksubas. I was going to say back to Yevamos. All right. So he mentioned that Shabbos, we sort of ran through the sugya. So he said, okay, Shabbos because it makes Friday night, you can't have the Bir Rishana because it makes a Chabura. So Iboilu, question was raised. Mahu Livol B'Tchila B'Shabbos. What is the halacha, right? Can one be Boil Tchila B'Shabbos? Have the Bir Rishana on Shabbos. So do we say, Dam Ifkat Pakid, do we say, now when a person has, right, or a woman has Bir Rishana by a Basula, so there's blood, right? So what is that blood coming from? Is it Dam Ifkat Pakid? Do we say that it's basically the blood is basically being held, right? In it's right. It's being held in like a little membrane or whatever it is, and therefore once you open, right? You open the sac or whatever it is where the blood is, right? Then the blood comes out. Is it Dam Ifkat Pakid or Chabur Mechaber, or is the blood coming from a wound, right? And a wound is forbidden to make on Shabbos. Now, if it's just Dam Ifkat Pakid, so we assume, okay, then it should be mutter. That's why she's bleeding. It's not, you're not making a wound, or is it making a wound, which you can't do on Shabbos? But even if you say that Dam Ifkat Pakid, do we say that he wants the blood and therefore, so he's not doing any sort of malacha? He wants blood because now, right, that was the purpose of the Bir Rishona in that case. Or maybe he wants to make a Pesach, and a person cannot be misaking. Right, he can't go ahead and make a Pesach on Shabbos, which is similar to binyan. A dila Pesach would start the aser, and therefore it will be aser to go ahead and do it. And if you want to say, okay, no, really, it's dam mifkad pakin, right? And he wants the blood, and even though he's making and he wants to go ahead and he's just wants the blood, but he doesn't care about the Pesach. It's coming automatically. So what about this? Halacha Rabbi Shimon. Is the halacha like Rabbi Shimon? Is it the halacha like Rabbi Shimon says, even though since I'm not intending to do it, I'm not intending to make a Pesach, right? I'm intending to go ahead and get blood. So therefore that'll be mutter. Halacha Rabbi Yehuda or halacha Rabbi Yehuda. The Amar Davar Shem is Kaven. So even in the case of or you go like Rabbi Yehuda who says Davar Shem is Kaven is aser. Vim tim taloymar halacha Rabbi Yehuda. And if you say the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda, right? Mekalkol Eitzah Pesach. And even the halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda who says it's Davar Shem is Kaven is aser. Maybe it's Mekalkol Eitzah Pesach since it's ruining it, right? Therefore, right? It would be mutter. Oh, Masakinu. Or is he Masakinu that's a Pesach, or is he fixing the Pesach, and therefore it would be Aser. So even if you say Dam Mifkad Pakid, right, there's all these questions, right, as to whether it's still, what are the intentions? Why is he doing it? Who is Allah like Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Shimon? Is it making it? Is it improving it, or is it destroying it? So therefore, it's not clear. And Ikad Amri, there's some who have all the kashas are on the other side. If you want to say that it's a wound, and we thought, if it's a wound, it's pashut, it's aser. No, maybe not. The damut tzarich v'aser, is it he's trying to make a wound to get the blood out, and therefore it's aser. A duma lahanas atzmu, right? Tzarich l'shari, or maybe he's just doing lahanas atzmo, right? Maybe he doesn't have intentions for the blood. He's doing it for his own pleasure, and therefore be mutter, huh?
Also washing on Shabbos, you would even think about that.
What do you mean? Afterwards? Yeah. What do you mean? Okay, yeah, but that's exactly after. But this is just This is just the mice. And even if you say, okay, he doesn't care about the blood. He doesn't care about the chabur. He's just doing it for his own pleasure. The dam melekasi, and the blood is coming. So the blood is coming. The wound is happening. Kasu. Maybe then halach Rabbi Yehuda. The halachas like Rabbi Yehuda said before, the davar shem is kaven is still aser. Oh, like Rabbi Shimon, or the halachas like Rabbi Shimon. And if you want to say the halachas like Rabbi Yehuda, that'll be aser. Is it mekalkel b'chabura? Since it's mekalkel, therefore it would be okay. Or maybe he's fixing the wound, right? The wound is this is how it's supposed to be. And if you want to say that is Mechalkel v'chaburahu, Mechalkel halach Rabbi Yehuda. In the case of Mechalkel, Rabbi Yehuda actually holds his mutter, right? He holds that which we say, Rabbi Yehuda davar shemis kavin is aser. It's only when he's fixing it. If Mechalkel is destroying it, then Rabbi Yehuda says it's mutter, even davar shemis kavin if it's Mechalkel. So even Tisalayim Mechalkel v'chaburahu, Mechalkel halach Rabbi Yehuda. Is like we go all the way like Rabbi Yehuda says Davar Shem is Kavein and also it's Mekalkel. Odilma or halach Rabbi Shimon or the halachas like Rabbi Shimon who says that any sort of that Mekalkel b'chabura is chayiv, right? So therefore, in this case, we would say that even according to Rabbi Yehuda, right? But if you hold like Rabbi Shimon who says that Mekalkel chabura is chayiv, that if you make a chabura, right? Even though it's davar shem is kavim, but since you're mekalkel, you're fixing it, so therefore you bechayiv. So therefore, even according to Rabbi Shimon, on that side, you would say it is aser. So what are the answer to it? So I guess we'll go into this, tomorrow. But it was said, so b'vei Rav Amri Rav Shari v'Shmuel aser. So in the yeshiva or the place of Rav, they said it's mutter, u'Shmuel aser. And so in the yeshiva of Rav, they said Rav taught it was mutter, right? And Shmuel said it was aser, and Ben Hardia, right, in the place of Shmuel, Ami Rava, so they say Rav was on aser, Shmuel Shari, and Shmuel's one who says mutter. In other words, the place of Rav, they said Rav was the makel, place of Shmuel was the makel, and Amar Rav Nachman by Yitzchak Simanach, a way to remember this. Both of them were making themselves. He said, "Oh yeah, we're in place of Rav. Rav was one who mattered the Bir Rishon on the first night, and in the Hardia by Shmuel, they said no, Shmuel mattered, and therefore each place was matter for them." All right, we'll stop here.